It's time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning and we're talking success.
Good Monday morning, everyone. My name's Greg Halliday. I'm very happy to be here with you at the now iconic Monday morning Talking Success show. I was talking with Jordan Peterson, who is the host, and he's allowed me to be his co-host. Actually, as we've talked about it, we're really excited to co-host this together, and especially me because Jordan's been doing this for 9 years. Now, it's taken different forms over the years in Soul. I think its current name and format, streaming live from YouTube, is about 5 years old, but in some form or another, Monday Morning Talking Success has been around for 9 years. And let me tell you, I feel like that is so key and is such a testament to a very important principle, which is success. And I actually love the word success. Now, before I talk just a bit and share a couple of things before our guest this morning, let me just say hello to all you. I'm looking on the chat and I can see a bunch of people have chatted in. Love you guys. Love seeing your names. Boy, that just makes me smile. If I could see your names every morning on a little chat device like this, I would be smiling twice as much because we know you and been around you for many, many years. We are very grateful for the wonderful successes you've created here at Soul Naturals. For those of you who might be new, if you haven't been on Monday Morning Talking Success, chat in right now. Make sure you chat because we have a tradition of giving away a few prizes. Starting your week off with a prize is always good. We've got 3 of them here this morning that have been selected. The first one, I'm just telling you, I'm coming to Monday Morning Talking Success with the Cinnamate. So I'm curious, by the way, those of you that are out, that are chatting in, how many of you starting your morning with a Cinnamate? And is it hot or cold? Like chat in, hot Cinnamate, cold Cinnamate. I'm just curious. For me, it's hot, and I will tell you, even in the summer, I always start, if you know me really well, I start with Soul Vital when I literally step out of bed. That's what livens the cells for me. That's what clears the sleep away. But Cinnamate, I love a mid-morning. Okay, I'm looking in here. We got a lot of hot Cinnamates. Lots of people start their day, and looks like hot's winning so far. Cold, okay, we got a cold bomb too. It's good cold too. I love that. All right, so our prizes this time, we are giving away this high quality My Daily Lift Cinnamate mug. I like this. I have one that I keep sequestered on my desk in the office to use, not just for Cinnamate, but for some of the extravagant drinks you can make with it, like the bomb. Excuse me, I was going to say the bomb. That's another drink. Like the Crud Buster. If you haven't heard of the Crud Buster, this is the mug for it. And this is the time of year. So that's one of our prizes. The second prize is going to be this high quality cold Vital. You can see I kind of got myself covered this morning on my 2 morning drinks. These are my morning drinks. So this is the next prize. Keep chatting in so you can get in the drawing. And then this is the third prize. And I'm just going to tell you before I show you, this prize will change your life. Yep, it's a frother. And there's an asterisk there. It'll change your life if. So if you win this frother, it will change your life. That's my guarantee to you. If you mix up a soul drink with it, mix up your blend of soul drinks. This one says Avant Greens on it. That one will. You take that every day. It is loaded with more nutrition than you can fathom in its natural state. The way it occurs in plants with all the cofactors, and it actually tastes really good. So those are our 3 prizes, okay? So chat in, you'll get them. The frother is always good. We use them everywhere. We wear them out. They're actually pretty good. They last a little while if you take care of them. Okay, I got my notes here. I wanted to tell you 2 quick announcements before we jump into some quick recognition and then our guest today. One announcement, tomorrow night. You don't want to miss the virtual kickoff. We'll talk a little bit about all the wonderful successes that you created last year, and then some great announcements for the plans this year. The Soul Train has an exciting journey this year, and I've been joking this first quarter of the year, I'm kind of calling it the joyride because there's a sequence of great opportunities here at Soul in the first quarter. That's the first 3 months of the year. And so we hope you'll join us. Don't miss that one. The virtual kickoff is tomorrow, live streaming. The link has been sent out. And if you have not yet shared that link, that's my challenge this morning, is to share that link with at least 5 people that are close to you. They won't be disappointed. It will be light and fun and with some great announcements for opportunities in the coming year with Soul. One of the great gifts of Soul is the community of Soul leaders. And we have a lot this year planned to connect the Soul community. It's what brings us joy. And I think it's the same for everyone else. So, okay, that's my announcement. Second matter this morning, let's share what we're calling success keys. I love the concept of success keys, and we're going to show you the first one. This month, we're going to focus on the ranked up success key. So that success key is really simple. Soul is organized in such a way as to celebrate achievement. Achievement is equally vital at all levels, from the first step to the 100th step. And so we like to celebrate all the ranks. Now today, because we're going to keep it brief, we're just going to celebrate the advanced ranks in the first 2 categories. Our Soul Pro category, remember there are several ranks as a Soul Pro at Soul? Fun fact, what does Soul Pro stand for? Does anybody know what Soul Pro stands for? If you know what Soul Pro stands for, chat it in. Okay, there are several ranks at Soul Pro. And then the second group is our Soul Leader advancements. Now first, let's give a round of applause to 4 people who took subsequent steps. So that's not the first step into Soul Pro, that's the 1K, and there's a longer list of people who did that. But we're gonna give a shout out this morning on Talking Success Monday morning to Karina Simon, Guadalupe Avila, Gemma KG, and Maria de Los Angeles Moya, who took subsequent steps in Soul Pro and ranked up. Congratulations, that's a great feeling to rank up. Success is, I think, one of the reasons that we exist. I see a couple of explanations for what Soul Pro stands for. Soul Professional, that's a good one. You know, actually, it got its roots Soul Proprietor. That with an account at Soul Naturals, you have a business that you're the CEO of, you're the owner of. And so Soul Pro, it's short for Soul Proprietor, even though I know it's a kind of a $10 word, but that's where it came from. Now let's honor our Soul Leader ranked up group. We have 3 of them this morning that we're gonna call out. Matilda Mena, who has not been very long with Soul. This is happening at what a wonderful pace. Matilda is sharing Soul and changing lives. Cecilia Quintanilla, another 7K. And then we have Oscar Acosta, who reached this month the highest rank of Soul Leader of that middle tier of ranks, where you start to get your car money each month. And that's Oscar Acosta. So let's give them a round of applause. Congrats. Thanks for being the example, and enjoy your success. And now, talking about success, before we bring our guest this morning on, I just want to share my definition of success with you. I guess I get that privilege, right? I've had the honor for the last 34 years to be in this industry, 12 of those years here in Soul Naturals, and have gotten to know so many wonderful people who have leadership positions and seen success in all of its forms. And you know, I will just say, first of all, my opinion is that success at every level is equally vital. Those supposedly little successes are equally important as the big ones that happen over time. And you could argue maybe that they're even more important if you sit and think about it. But success to me, this is the definition that I'd like to share with you this morning. Success is to feel joy. Now, I know that's a little philosophical. It's early Monday morning, I guess, in some places. But success is to feel joy. And there are a lot of ways that you feel joy in Soul. I'll just give you 3 this morning. With your health. When I have a health issue that I'm working on and it gets better, or even a lot better, that's success. Everyone that I can help have that feeling is experiencing success. And that's a big part of success at Soul. I'll tell you a quick story. There is a young woman, her name is Bailey. Bailey Garvin, when she was a teenager, intermittently this is her story that she just told me a couple weeks ago. Intermittently, she was on an anti-anxiety drugs, anti-anxiety prescription because of her life and how she was dealing with life. Then she went through a period where she was off those medications and she got married, had a child. Life was such that she felt like she needed to be back on them. And she's now finished school and she's a nurse working at a local healthcare facility. And got to the point where she didn't want to have to go through the side effects of her medication. And obviously it's been a pretty big part of her life. Because she knew someone who knew about Soul, she was simply told, hey, you should talk to so-and-so. So Bailey did. And after she talked with them, she left with 3 Soul products and decided to try Simply, in her case, Adaptable. Well, Bailey is extended family in my family. And she came to talk to me, gave me a big hug these few weeks ago and said, Uncle, she's my niece actually, said, Uncle Greg, you wouldn't believe how good I feel. I've only been 2 weeks taking, and she was just starting with 2 Adaptable in the morning. 2 Adaptable in the morning in 2 weeks. She was feeling wonderful. And she is on a half dose of her medication. So I told her Donna's story. So she simply has heard what Donna has done. Then she's made her own choices. As I mentioned, she's a nurse. And here she is experiencing success in her life. Well, that's a big part of soul success. That's one part. Another part of success to me is in your soul biz. For some people, it's a hobby that they just thoroughly enjoy. And for others, it's more than a hobby. It's their profession. Having success there, experiencing wins, it does bring joy because of the work while we're all involved in it and because of what it does for your life. So success to me, when we talk success, we mean all of those things, soul, and they're all important. So I want to bring on our guest now with that in mind. Her name's Anita Carpenter. Anita is a soul leader. She's a Soul Leader 15K who's like right here to getting it Soul Elite 25K, reaching that milestone. And I've watched Anita for many years. We're good friends. Watched her progress, and in a time when the industry is a little bit, I would say a little bit up and down, and for a lot of companies in the industry down, Anita's actually moved forward and upward in this coming year. So Anita, thank you for coming on with us this morning. And we talked about a lot of different things. And I guess I would first, let me just ask you, any words of wisdom you'd like to share as we jump in before I ask you my first question?
Well, find joy in what you do. And that would be my first thing. And second, customer service. I say that as far as a business is concerned, but really it's in relationships. You might not say customer service, but it's just treating people like you would like to be treated. And that's, to me, that's success.
Yeah, I love that. And I know, Anita, I know you do find joy in what you do. You can see it on your face. Okay, so you and I talked about some different aspects of your soul business that have been important to you and continue to be important. And one thing that you mentioned right out of the gate to me, you said, well, Greg, share the wealth is something that I really find, I'm trying to think of the words you used, as a big deal and as a difference maker and something that you use a lot and refer to a lot. Can you share a little bit with us, Anita, how you use the Share the Wealth code?
Sure.
and that whole offer?
This again is customer service. It's not just for me to share my code, but to teach my members and my specialists to share it. For instance, I have a member right now that's been working with someone at her place of employment. And I said, if you give her your referral code, and I told her what it was, I said, you're going to get $10 in reward points, but she's going to get $10 off her first order. So we were talking about Adaptables being the product that she would use. We do need to remember that it needs to be $35 or more in order to get the $10 off. So that's just how I come at it. Hey, if I'm talking to them, that product would be really great for you. If you order, your first order will be 10% off or $10 off. And off, I mean, who's not going to take $10 off? So
Yeah.
that's where we start. I find out, I talk to them to see, what's going on in their life, why they're thinking this would be something for them. Usually they've talked to one of my other members or specialists or seen a post on Facebook. And so that's usually how I get a lot of my people. And I talk a little bit about, what are we really looking for? So I have an idea, about that.
So Anita, you were mentioning this the other day to me. Referrals come through different channels to you. I mean, you've been
Yes.
doing this for a little while, but more recently, you were mentioning more recently posting on Facebook. You changed a little bit how you do that, and you're seeing more referrals.
Yes, they just watch, and I'm just talking about the things that I like. Sometimes I'll put a little quip in there. One time I used one about my daughter Heather really likes this. It was Neuro IM. I love Neuro IM. And so the things I use, the things I love, I just post about it. And then I tell people, and I'm not hesitant to talk to people. Sometimes if you've watched my Facebook post, you'll see that sometimes I have coffee with Bill and his group of guys. Well, if somebody says something, I'll say, you know what, Cinemate would be really good for you. Or sounds like you need some adaptables. Talk to me if you're interested. But I already have that seed planted in their head. And it's kind of jokey with these guys, but it was a seed.
Yeah.
And then they start asking, usually
Yeah.
not in front of the guys.
So when you post, how often are you posting stuff about soul versus like just life stuff, not non-soul?
Well, it depends on how busy life gets, but I try and do some sort of soul post every day or every other day. And then life posts, I do that quite often. If I'm doing things that I don't put my young grandchildren's faces on Facebook just to protect them. And I do a lot with my young grandchildren. But just and sometimes I forget to take pictures, and it's like, people would have loved to have seen this. It's just fun things that life gives us, and I love seeing other people's posts because it gives me ideas. So that's as often as I can or think of it.
And
So
I know you, Anita. You stay busy, and you don't. Yeah, you've always been this way, and so I think that's one of the keys, or it seems like it to me. Because you're busy and you're out and doing, and you were telling me Friday anyway. You had to like get in your head a little bit, like I'm gonna post more about myself, what I'm doing. But because you are busy, you've got posts, and it's led to a further flow, I guess you would say, of referrals that you were telling me.
yes. This afternoon, I have my neighbor lady coming over, and we're going to have a cup of cinnamate. And she has just seen my post and said, I think I need to talk to you. And we've tried for 2 weeks to get it together. And today, this afternoon, she's going to come. So don't give up on them. Don't lose, write those names down. If anybody reaches out, or even if they say something on Facebook, in some of their comments, reach out to them. Let them know you care. And they don't have to buy anything from you to care.
Yeah. Okay, Anita. Another question for you. If you're
Yes.
newer, we've talked sometimes about like confidence. Confidence to share, to speak out, to speak up. What do I have to offer? What would you tell, or what do you tell newer people that get associated with you that maybe because I hear you saying even people who aren't specialists, I'll let them know about Share the Wealth because they benefit in a way and they become referrers to you. But what do you tell people who want to share in terms of confidence and what they can do, or do you talk with them about that?
I do sometimes. I tell them that if I will help them, I'm here for you. If I don't have the answer, I will find it. Because as you stated earlier, our soul community is fabulous. I don't think there's another company out there that has the community that Soul has, personally, for me.
I
So,
agree with
I
you.
tell them, I'm here to help you, and we will find an answer. And everybody's so willing to help. But the other thing I share with them is just tell them why you're taking it. What's it doing for you? What's it doing for your family members? And I always ask permission before I share somebody else's story. So if it's somebody like my granddaughter, I have asked before I share her story. And hers is so stinking cute. It's about adaptables, and she works as a customer service in our local farmers elevator. And she said, Nana, she said, I need to be sure I always have adaptables because I'm getting tired of apologizing to people when I'm ornery. So she sees that it keeps her on track there. So
That's awesome.
so I just encourage them. Tell them your story. Tell them what it did for you, somebody in your family, or come to me. We will find an answer.
Okay, that's awesome. Another before I get on to a second bigger question for you, one quick comment. You mentioned last week we talked about the 3-day reset, and another great. I think it's such a great connect. It's a reach out tool. That's one reason I love it to someone new and to bring them into Soul, connect with them. But it's also a connect tool to stay connected, those relationships with our existing Soul family, right? And that's
Yes.
you're starting one today, right? A 3-day
Yes.
reset. And can you tell us a
I
little
am.
bit about what's that group looking like that's going to do that with you?
Well, I'm doing it, and one of my members, she's a member, she's taken a soul on and off for about 5 years. And I just reached out to several and said, hey, I'm starting this. It's just a concentrated 3-day, 5 drinks, because she takes a couple of the drinks, but she's never taken all. Well, she's already got a seed planted on what soul does. But this is going to be a 3-day. Let's look at this. Let's see, how you're doing. And then I'll reach back out to her. Hey, was your sleep improved? Your energy? What did you see? Share with me. I have 2 specialists that's also doing it with me, and one of them has a new person, and then a couple of other people that have been familiar with Soul. So it's just a community, and then we watch each other's posts. I've loved seeing corporates post this last week. That was really
We have to
fun
do more of
me.
that, huh?
That was great. And just sharing, the more I see these different people doing it and posting, it just does my heart good. That's our community. So
Awesome.
that's how I do it.
That's awesome. Okay, so and so I know you do such a good job of staying connected and reaching out to people that are part of your soul family already, your own soul business, and then always reaching out to new people. You said something the other day, and I remember this. You said when you're looking for people outside of soul, you're looking for people that what? Do you remember what you told me?
I did. I think I wrote it down. People
You
that
because
need
I
a
because I
life.
told you, oh, stop. I love that. That's
I'm looking for people that need a life change.
okay.
Is that the words
Yeah,
that's
you said
similar
it.
to
You
what
said it essentially that. I don't remember your exact words. People that want to change or improve their life, they want to do something. That's what you're
Yeah.
looking for, and I loved that because when we have that desire, we're willing to take actions that will make that so for us.
Yes. Yeah.
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 Okay.
It's kind of like at the beginning of the year, everybody wants to lose weight.
Yeah.
Well, if we can touch on topics that are relevant to people, like our adaptables is perfect because people are feeling down and discouraged. NeuroIM, a lot of my older people are saying, you've got to tell me about that. And I say older, we're starting, younger than me and on.
Yeah. Let's not get
You
into
know,
that. I'm just kidding. I'm right there.
that's okay.
Okay, Anita. This is the other question. I'm looking at our time here. I probably need to move along, but I wanted to ask you
Get
about this
going.
other thing. You mentioned that you talk about subscriptions a lot, and you have a philosophy
Yes.
with your group about the Soul subscription program.
Yes.
And I want to just share for all of our guests on today. Anita is one of those. If she were a prize fighter, you would say she punches above her weight, because there's a certain bonus called the mentor bonus that is an added in addition to the normal monthly bonus for reorders of people you've mentored in. It's just an added bonus that can be up to 10% more on reorders, and the subscription or that auto ship every month is a big component. Well, Anita's, I don't normally do this, but because I don't want to embarrass you because you're sitting on here, but Anita's, her reorder is like another car allowance at Soul, another Soul-driven car bonus. She's right around. I looked at it last month. It was $500 ish. Anita, I think I'm
Yeah,
right.
498, I think.
490 something. Yeah, right. Getting close. And that's something monthly, and it really speaks to how you have people reordering. So if you're sharing today on Monday Morning Talking Success, how do you talk about it with people to have such good success with getting them on subscriptions and reorder? What are some of your your words of wisdom there, or methods or thoughts about that you want to share?
Okay. I believe people need to be on the product. They're going to see results right away within a week or two, like you stated in the testimony that you gave. But I encourage people, give it 3 months. Give it 3 months. And then Valerie Bledsoe has taught me, have them write down 10 things, 10 different physical or mental, emotional issues that they would like to see improved. Put that away. 2 months later, I'll tell them we're going to come back to that. We're going to reevaluate. How did these products do? What changes do we need to make? So I ask at the get-go, give it 3 months. Okay. So we've got 3 months going there. Sometimes they say no, and that's okay. Our subscription discount is amazing. And so that also is very helpful. But I do ask for the 3 months, to just give it the opportunity to really work. And they will see it in 3 months. Often they'll say, well, I can't spend that much every month. Okay, then we reevaluate what worked the best. What issues did we deal with that we want to keep working on? Another thing, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the share the wealth, is if they have an order that's not $35, give them a complimentary suggestion so you can get them up to the $35. And for instance, if they were going to do just one thing that's under 35, what else is going on in their life? Encourage them for something else. And my go-to is the Clarify bar.
Yeah, like this.
Try this.
Yeah, you were telling me the other day. So say it's a Vertizymes and they have bloating and indigestion, and Vertizymes is such a wonderful,
Yeah.
you're going to notice it, but that doesn't quite get you there. And so you'll tell them, what was the one?
Either a
One of your friends.
probiotic.
One of your friends
Either
you
a
told that about,
probiotic.
the Clarify soap, and what did she say?
Yeah. Pardon, I didn't hear that, Greg.
One of your friends, you were saying, you can add the soap or something, and I think she said something like, they have
You have-
soap.
Yeah, they didn't know that. And so
Yeah.
that's easy, to bring that in. But another thing is, if it was Vertizymes, add a probiotic and explain to them why. Because we got to get the digestion going. Things aren't going to work without that. So just think that way. Maybe it would be one of the roll-ons. My go-to roll-on would be the contentment because of comfort. Because of everything going on, a lot of times it's heart hurts that we're dealing with. And so the comfort is amazing. So that's what I do. Just encouraging either go a larger bottle or add something to it, and then subscription, give it 3 months. And then I always revisit with them, and stay in touch in those times too. Don't just say, oh, I made the sale, I'm on to the next. Keep in touch with them.
So Anita, when you do those 3-month subscriptions, sometimes it might be a bigger program, right? And other times it might be a product or two.
Yes. Yeah, just depends on their needs, their financial situation, and where we're going with it.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Any other final words of wisdom that you'd like to share? I've loved just having you open up your activities and your views to everyone else. Anything that we may have missed or that you wanted to share this morning as you thought about coming on Monday morning, talking success?
I think I shared it all, other than everyone that's listening, you are blessed. You are blessed, blessed, blessed with a company like this that meets so many needs. Instead of just dealing with one, so many people I help, they have one thing they want to deal with. Like I have pain. Well, we have products that's going to help more than just pain. And that just does my heart good. I talked to someone this morning and I said, you're getting an overall. You're not just getting, one thing that we're dealing with. So we're blessed.
I love that, Anita. Thank you so much for being on and sharing today. We probably need to wrap up because we got to keep these about a half hour. I could go for another 15, 20 minutes with you, and I think you'd have that much more. Thank you for sharing again and being on.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that was Anita Carpenter. What a wonderful woman and leader. And so many of you that are listening today are doing similar things. We look forward this year to having someone different each week and just like what we've done with Anita and with Kristen Brune just last year, hearing from you. Some of those things that may seem like smaller things or just natural to you, they are not that way. They take time, as you know, to become that. And that can be all the difference for someone who's new. So thank you for sharing, Anita. Okay, we need to do some drawings, don't we, to wrap up today. Now, before I do these final drawings, one more reminder. Our invitation this morning is to share that virtual kickoff link with at least 5 people that you know that are part of your Soul group, or it could be someone that you'd like to introduce to Soul. It is focused toward the brand specialist, that's for sure. But we hope that they'll be able to see as you participate together with us, the heart of Soul and the power of the Soul community. So success, it is about what we change in our health and others. It's about what milestones that we achieve in our business that make a difference in our own lives and others, and also how we impact the Soul community. Each one of you is such an important part of that culture here. So I think I've got my bowl ready, and so we are going to do some drawings real quick. Let's go with first my daily lift, because I think I have my last gulp here that I'm going to take, and it looks like, oh, look at Valerie Bledsoe. Valerie, you got 2 shout outs today. One from Anita, who has internalized some great teaching of yours, and then you won the drawing, Valerie. So Valerie, I know she'll put that to good use. Valerie helps scores and scores of people, and we really appreciate you. Okay, the next one. Let's go with my first activity of the day, which is Soul Vital, and we have Claudia Marin. Claudia Marin, you won the Soul receptacle. I'm not sure what to call it. It's a high quality bottle for your Soul Vital. And then let's go with finally the Avant Greens, the Change Your Life Frother. We're going to go with that finally, and we have Caridad Machado. Caridad Machado, you won the frother. So we're so glad you could join us on Talking Success. Come every week and bring friends, and let's make this Soul community something that everyone can hear. The sound is loud enough, it gets everywhere, and people see these solutions. I was just reminded of that talking with Bailey, and that's why I wanted to share that story with you. You know, sometimes you're doing what you're doing, and what's right around you, you don't always think about it. Here comes Bailey, who wants to take control of her life, and because she ends up talking to people connected eventually to us, she's changing her life, and she's doing it, and we're just doing our part helping. So thanks everybody for joining us today. We'll see you tomorrow night on our virtual kickoff. We'll see you.